Ephesians chapter 1 verses 4 and 5. For he chose us in him before the creation of the world to be holy and blameless in his sight. In love, he predestined us to be adopted as his sons and daughters through Jesus Christ in accordance with his pleasure and will. So God has predestined us. He has already chosen us even before the world was formed. Even before we were born, God knew everything about us and He has chosen us to be His children. What a beautiful thing, something that we can't even imagine or fathom. God, the mighty God, the Creator, He has chosen us and He has adopted us to be His children. And He has predestined us. Know he already knows what we are destined for, what he has planned for us, and he has called and chosen us. So sometimes you may think certain things are happening randomly, certain things are happening, maybe you think it's a coincidence, but it is all part of God's will so that we can be holy and blameless in God's sight, and we can be called as children of God through Jesus Christ. So many times, we may think that, some miracle has happened or something has happened. I was going there and suddenly this happened. But God has already planned that out for us. It is not a coincidence, it is the plan of God. John and Mina, they were serving as missionaries in the African Inland Mission during the early 1900s. And suddenly one day, Mina Clark got sick. So she got very ill, and it was the early 1900s and medical facilities were less, and also to get medicines from whatever was the closest city to their inland mission site was not so easy. And she was in having high fever, and she was in delirium, and she was kind of in a lot of pain, and she didn't know what she was talking, but she was crying out for 3 ripe tomatoes. Okay, so she said, please get me 3 ripe tomatoes. And John Clark, he did not know what to do. Like, where will I go in this Belgian Congo to go and get 3 ripe tomatoes? It is not a local of this place, and I don't know even if I go to the city whether I'll get 3 ripe tomatoes, and it's a long journey to the city and coming back, and she is so sick, high fever, delirium, she doesn't know what she's talking. So he just said, Lord, I can't see my wife suffer. If she wants 3 ripe tomatoes, just give her 3 ripe tomatoes. I don't know what else to do. The medicine is not yet arrived. And they said that it will take at least a week or so for the doctor to come so far to their jungle outpost. But the very next day, a local tribesman knocked at the door and said, please, can you check what this is in my basket? I don't know, some missionaries who were here before you gave me some seeds, and I planted these seeds and something grew out of it. It looks very red and dangerous. I don't know whether it is edible or what this is. And she opened the basket, and there were huge red ripe tomatoes, and exactly 3. He was like so excited, he was like so happy, he didn't know how to express himself, and he said, yes, you can eat them, they are tomatoes. And he was so excited about it, that she said that please, you can keep these tomatoes. I have many, many more at home in the plants that are growing. And he was so happy, and he took them to his wife. And though she was in her fever, he just gave her those tomatoes. He cut them up and just gave it to her, and she ate it, and her fever immediately subsided. And the doctor also reached much earlier than they had planned, and he treated her the very day, and she quickly recovered. So John Clark says, I don't know whether it's the miraculous tomatoes that arrived, or the doctor's medicines, or what, but I know it is God who worked this miracle, because it is impossible for anybody to grow a tomato plant uh, in interior Belgian Congo, and how they got those seeds. So God must have known, many months ago, when that traveling missionaries who passed that area, and even much before that, when they were in their home country, God has told them to buy those seeds and keep them, and then God has told them to give it to this person, and this person has planted those seeds, and those seeds have grown, and those ripe tomatoes have come exactly in the time when Mina Clark was sick and wanted 3 ripe tomatoes. So God has planned all this many, many, many months ahead, even years before. So even before you were formed in your mother's womb, the Lord has known you and He's called you. He anticipates your needs, and when you call to Him, He immediately answers you in a miraculous way. So trust in the Lord, believe in Him. He has called you, He has chosen you, and He loves you. Remember, God's love is unlimited. God's love is unconditional. God loves you.